Hello, true duelists. My name's Craig Fee, and welcome to the new card report. The last 3 cards for each of the decks to come from Valiant Smashers have been revealed, and I'll be the last to tell you they don't break any of their respective decks wide open. There's nothing crazy going on here, so let's just get to it. Fine support for fine decks. Memento Dark Blade is the Memento card for their last bit of support. This one, a variant of Dark Blade, if you can believe that. This is a level 4 Dark Warrior with 1800 attack and 1500 defense, just like the original. And on normal or special summon, you can discard a card to destroy a spell or trap card on the field. Well, one that the opponent controls specifically, no proccing your own spell and trap if that's something you ever wanted to do. So, neat. It also has the effect to destroy 1 Memento monster you control in order to special summon a level 3 or lower Memento monster from your deck. So it's a Lone Fire Blossom of sorts, with the bonus of having some built-in back row removal. It's not bad, if only because it can pop itself to get out your Stratos sort of monster, and I guess the level 1s, but the level 1s probably aren't... Do you summon them? Do you summon the level 1s, or do you keep them in hand to discard them? You tell me. I do not play Memento, and I haven't tried to at all. Personally though, all it does is really confuse me, because how can this deck have so many things that want to destroy their monsters with no real plus to having any of their monsters destroyed, with the exception of one card? The one card that everyone agrees isn't worth playing. Ripped Trihorn Dragon. Like, yeah, I get it. It's so that the 5k beater of the deck can be alone and make its big swings, because when it's alone, it can make big swings, but that just feels like a bad way to commit to a playstyle. Just to focus in on one monster and then hope. That seems like a bad idea, but that's how they designed this deck to be played, and so this support keeps in line with doing exactly that. So, you know, kudos for that one. You consistent. Konami, you're at least you're consistent. Valmonica's up next, and they get a new spell card. Predictable. Valmonica Celta is another normal spell for the deck, letting you activate one of 2 effects. But unless you control a Valmonica Pendulum card, the opponent will be choosing which effect is applied. Whoever it is that's choosing, you'll either be gaining 500 life points and then placing a card from your hand onto the bottom of your deck in order to draw 2 cards, or you'll be taking 500 damage to add a Valmonica spell or trap from your deck to your hand, except for a copy of Celta. Sure hope I'm pronouncing that right. There's no way I meant to pronounce that C. I don't see it. Get it? It was pointed out to me in my last video about the Valmonica cards that the reason these all have the effect that requires you to control a Valmonica Pendulum card is because they don't want them to be used too generically. Broadly, these effects can apply to any monster-ish or any spell. Like, they're very generic effects, and this effect in particular, this put a card to the bottom of your deck and then draw 2, is a pretty good generic draw card, all things considered. You can put a Garnet on the bottom or anything you don't want, and then you draw 2. So I get it. There's a number of decks that can use that. I respect the decision to keep it locked into Valmonica, so to say. What is funny to imagine, however, is playing this generically anyways, and then being told that you can add a spell or trap effect from it, and then having to explain to the opponent that you're trying to, like, big brain high roll this entire tournament because maybe drawing 2 cards is the better play when giving them the spell and trap search would get Valmonica their field spell, which is a pseudo snatch steal. So it's like, well, I don't want to guarantee them that, so instead I'll let them draw 2 and hope they don't get it. And then you're like, no, that's what I want because I want it to draw 2. That's a terrible fucking idea, but it's funny to imagine. Will that change how much this card is played in their deck? Does it make them any better? It doesn't make them worse. I don't think this is a bad card. I think they'll play it. Like Memento, it's a solid card, but it's nothing insane. And then there's Centurion. They've got a new quick play spell by the name Emblema of the Oath. I'm not fixing my attempt at reading that. This card lets you either set a Centurion spell or trap from your deck onto your field, or it will let you place a Centurion monster from your deck onto your field as a continuous trap. But so long as you control a card with that placed monster's name, you'll be locked into only summoning Centurion monsters from the extra deck. And look at that, we've got 3 more copies of the field spell technically, and 3 more ways to get full combo, all with this one card. And fuck it, let's play to the rule of 3s, because that's 3 more reasons to ban Calamity. Funny how that works, isn't it? And funny how whether this deck is a tiered threat or an irrelevant neat synchro gimmick will be deemed on whether or not Calamity is in the game at all. It's like the new virtual world. It's fine by itself, but it's only meta if the awful bullshit card that shouldn't exist from a completely unrelated archetype is legal to play. God, I love Yu-Gi-Oh! At least this thing itself isn't searchable, since Emblema of Oath does not in fact contain the word Centurion, and there's also the fact that they've been kind enough or clever enough or whatever to make it so that you're locked if that card is on the field. As in, if you summon it as a monster, still got a card with that name, so you're still under the lock like that. Will that change a ton? No, but they tried. And so, with 3 cards covered, I move on to the part where I sell out. Thanks this week go, as always, to the LIFD Magnetic Display, the best way to support my channel currently and the true Duelist-approved way to show off your favorite cards, like Calamity, because I bought High Speed Riders in 2015 and I have this stupid thing and it now mocks my existence. And soon it'll mock yours, but at the very least, we have it contained for now before Konami can contain it for us on the ban list. So if you want to get your own container for this bullshit card, you can use my promo code YGOStrats15 for 15% off, or you can have that apply automatically by clicking the link in the description of this video. Thanks to LIFD for the support as always, and thank you for watching. So that'll wrap it up for this week's new card report. Just covering some of the new cards in this one. The regular update will be out on Friday, as per usual. Until then, I've been your host, Craig Fee. And make sure you subscribe to YGO Strats for this week's update to impress your smoking Italian wife and to become a true duelist. Why the fuck did I say it like that?